Each evening when the ridge went dark, I walked the northbound line with toolbox, book, and lantern red, and checked each bolt and tie. I tested planks along the bridge, cleared stones from off the rail, and marked each fault inside my book before the midnight mail. My father said, do every task as though the Lord stood near. So before I stepped onto the track, I prayed to see things clear. I held the red lantern against the night. Faithfulness became a saving light. No watching crowd, no praise in sight. I held the red lantern against the night. The travelers knew the engineer, the whistle and the steam, but few would ever know my name or see my lantern gleam. I checked the spikes, I tested wood, and listened to the rail, for little signs speak plain enough to those who know them well. 3 days of rain had soaked the bank where milepost 9 stood low. The earth had slipped beneath the track, one tie had lost its hold. I held the red lantern against the night. Faithfulness became a saving light. No watching crowd, no praise in sight. I held the red lantern against the night. There was no time to reach the yard, the train was drawing near. I ran back past the mountain bend with rain against my face. I raised the lantern high above and held it in its place. The whistle cried, the brakes took hold, and sparks ran down the rail. The engine stopped before the brake, before the track could fail. The crew came down with jacks and tools, while faces watched through glass. They never knew who raised the light that would not let them pass. I had not called the rain to cease, nor moved the earth through prayer. I only saw what had gone wrong and did my duty there. The Lord gave sense to heed the signs and courage not to wait, for faith can live in careful hands that keep a stranger safe. By morning, every tie stood firm, the line ran straight and true. I closed my box, put out the flame, and walked the line once more. I held the red lantern against the night. Faithfulness became a saving light. No watching crowd, no praise in sight. I held the red lantern against the night. The train rolled on through morning gray, its windows warm with light, and I thank God for helping me stay watchful at milepost 9.
She sat before a board of oak with cords in ordered rows, and joined the farms to the valley store, where every message flowed. The sawmill rang, the doctor called, the church sent word by wire, while little lamps blinked on and off beside the winter fire. Before she placed the headset on, she bowed her head to pray. Lord, help me hear each voice with care, and guide each word today. She kept the mountain lines together when the storm had pulled the roads apart. One chord, one call, one faithful answer. She kept the valley heart to heart. One icy night the branches fell, and wind struck every pane. The road lay white beneath the ridge, and silence filled the lane. Some lines went dead beyond the pass, some lamps burned faint and slow. So she she passed each word from house to house, through every line that glowed. She warned one home the road was closed, found hands to tend a farmer's stock, and told an older woman there, your girl is safe beyond the ridge. She kept the mountain lines together when the storm had pulled the roads apart. One chord, one call, one faithful answer. She kept the valley heart to heart. Then through the crackle came a voice, my stovepipe's come undone, the room is filling up with smoke. And then the line was gone. She knew the widow's cabin road and who lived nearest by. She rang one farm, then rang the next, and sent the warning out. Two neighbors crossed the frozen field, reset the pipe and cleared the room, because she stayed beside that board and heard the need come through. No angel walked the icy road, no thunder spoke her name, just patient ears and steady hands that found a way through broken lines. The storm still held the mountain roads and fallen wires remained, but house by house the valley spoke through every path she made. She learned her work was more than chords, more than bells and written charts. God's grace can travel line by line through one who joins divided hearts. She kept the mountain lines together when the storm had pulled the roads apart. One chord, one call, one faithful answer. She kept the valley heart to heart. She kept the mountain lines together till morning touched the ice with light. The roads were closed, the wires were broken, but no one stood alone that night.
Bus stop there beside the creek with one small case in hand. I saw my mother by the road where the old sycamores stand. She held the key to our old house open in her palm. She did not say I'd done no wrong, she only said come home.
I stole the money from that store and let my lion grow. I blame the years and blame the world to hide what I had to own.
She never called me innocent, she only called me home. Grace did not erase the past, it taught me not to run. I kept his room and set his plate, but would not hide the truth. For love that hides a person's wrong can do a soul no good. I said there's work your hands can do and truths you need to speak. No man can build tomorrow well on lies he means to keep.
I could not make the town forget or hurry wounded trust. I only walked beside my son and left the rest to God. She never called me innocent, she only called me home. Grace did not erase the past, it taught me not to run.
I hauled cut timber up the grade and patched the farmer's doors.
He came home tired every night and counted what he earned.
From every pay I saved a share for what I took before.
I watched him fold those dollars down and let the work speak for him.
crossed the road to face the man whose trust I threw away.
The storekeeper stood behind the scale and heard what he would say.
I stole from you, I was wrong, I have no excuse to make.
He took the first small payment there, but offered no embrace.
Month by month and day by day, a different road was laid. Not by words that sounded fine, but honest work and payments made.
Some still turned their eyes away, some slowly spoke his name.
For mercy does not call wrong right, but gives a man the strength to change. And love is not a hiding place where truth is never known. It is a lamp beside the road that helps the lost walk home.
She never called me innocent, she only called me home. Grace did not erase the past, it taught me not to run. She never called me innocent, she stood where truth was known. I have not won back all I lost, but I no longer run.
Worked my days and kept a name most folks believed was true. I sat in church each Sunday morning, trusted my own view. But at the store I heard it said that Elias sold the wood the church had bought to mend the roof and kept the money too. I never checked the ledger page nor asked what had been done. I passed the tale from man to man and watched the rumor run. I had to follow every word and tell the truth where lies were heard. From store to church, from door to door, I had to mend what words had torn. I spoke it in the churchyard dust, then told it down the lane. Soon men turned when Elias came, as though his guilt were plain. His wife sat quiet under stairs, his children heard the talk. But Elias held his temper still and went about his work. He only said the truth will stand when all this noise is through. While I went home and bowed to pray, still thinking that would do. I had to follow every word and tell the truth where lies were heard. From store to church, from door to door, I had to mend what words had torn. Then Brother James brought out the book and found the error plain. The church repair was entered wrong beside Elias' name. No timber sold, no money kept, no hidden wrong was there. Just one confused and hurried mark, and talk spread everywhere. I tucked the ledger neath my arm and walked to Elias' place. I said, I spoke without the truth and brought shame upon your name. I will not blame the one I hurt or ask you to forgive. I'll tell each place I carried it that you did nothing wrong. I went back through the country store, the churchyard and the lane. I knocked upon the neighbors' doors and spoke the truth again. Elias never stole a cent, the record has been cleared. I was the man who spread the tale before the truth was heard. Some men nodded, some looked down, some still believed a part. For lies can cross a mountain fast and settle in a heart. I learned that sorrow said in prayer was only where to start. Repentance had to walk the road my careless words had crossed. I had to follow every word and tell the truth where lies were heard. From store to church, from door to door, I had to mend what words had torn. Now when an accusation comes, I hold my tongue and wait, for faith must guard the words we speak before they leave the gate. I had to follow every word and carry truth where harm occurred.
Father once could split oak logs and mend a broken gate. He knew each field and every tool and rose before first light. Now some days he mislays his coat or asks the time again, and calls me by my mother's name and wonders where I've been. He forgot my name, but not the hymn, and the words of grace came back to him. When memory's road grew faint and dim, he forgot my name, but not the hymn. I warm his meals upon the stove, lay out his pills each day, help button up his Sunday shirt and guide him on his way. We sit beneath the shaded porch. He asks when I'll come home. I say I'm right here, Dad, and smile, though sorrow settles in my bones. He forgot my name, but not the hymn, and the words of grace came back to him. When memory's road grew faint and dim, he forgot my name, but not the hymn. One evening after sundown came, when both our strength was low, I found his worn and faded book upon the shelf below. I opened where the pages bent and sang the first line slow. Before I reached the second verse, his weathered voice arose. He could not tell me where he was or name the passing day, but every word he learned in church came back to him that way. The song did not restore the years or hold his memory still. By morning he might ask once more whose house stood on the hill. But love is more than being known or hearing one's own name. The Lord, who knows us both by heart, still holds us just the same. I closed the book and fixed his bed, then helped him settle in, and from the doorway sang once more the old familiar hymn. He forgot my name, but not the hymn, and the words of grace came back to him. Though many lights were growing dim, he forgot my name, but not the hymn. He may not know the day at dawn, or recognize me then, but peace came resting on that room while we sang him again.
I spent my years with seasoned oak, a square brace of plane. I bent the chair backs over steam and fitted joints by hand. Beneath each chair where few would look, I carved my name in the pine. I thought a man was worth no more than what his hands left behind. But age came slowly through my door, my fingers lost their hold. My cuts ran wide, my tools slipped down, though I still knew the wood. I thought my worth was in what these hands could make, till grace showed me what a man could give away. More than a mark, more than a name. Grace showed me what a man could give away. A young man came one autumn morn, his name was Caleb Brown. He said, "I'll work, I want to learn, no one has shown me how." I told him I worked best alone and had no time to spare. But truth was I was scared he'd see the weakness hidden there. One day a rung would not sit true within the chair I'd made. I could have left the fault unseen, but pulled the work apart. And Caleb stood there in the door. I placed a plane into his hand. First learn the way the grain will run, then let it guide your hand. I thought my worth was in what these hands could make, till grace showed me what a man could give away. More than a mark, more than a name. Grace showed me what a man could give away. He cut some rails a measure short, drove other joints too tight, and more than once we started over before we got them right. I learned to pass my chisels down, to wait and not condemn. He learned that honest work takes time, and errors must be mended. Through winter months we built one chair. His hands did most the work. I checked the pitch and marked the cuts, and taught him how to read the grain. My fingers shook as they had done. No strength came back to me, but something stronger filled the shop than any chair could be. We turned it over on the bench, the seat toward the floor. I took the knife I'd used for years to sign my work once more, then stopped before I cut one line and placed it in his hand. "Put down your name beneath this chair, I'll carve mine close beside." The Lord had never weighed my life by all that I had made. He gave me skill through all those years so it could still be shared. I thought my worth was in what these hands could make, till grace showed me what a man could give away. More than a mark, more than a name. Grace showed me what a man could give away. Now two names rest beneath that chair, cut side by side in pine. My hands may not stay steady long, but what they learn will carry on. For 20 years on Sunday morn, I raised the opening line. I knew each tune and where to breathe and when the folks should join. I said my voice belonged to God, yet praise became my own. And I began to guard that place as though it were my throne. The song was never mine alone.
Grace made harmony where pride had grown.
One voice may lead, but all belong.
The song was never mine alone. My name is Clara, I came here from farther down the ridge. I brought no wish to take his place or prove what I could sing.
I only had a voice to share in one old hymn, the worn. But at the practice he sang loud and questioned every phrase. I said, I do not want your place, nor praise that should be yours. I only wish to offer God the voice he gave me to.
The song was never mine alone.
Grace made harmony where pride had grown.
One voice may lead, but all belong. The song was never mine alone. On Sunday by the wooden rail, I held the hymnal tight.
I stood beside her, still ashamed of what I felt inside.
I raised the first familiar verse, then lost the next few words.
I could have let the silence fall and left her standing there. Instead I found the lower part and sang it soft and plain.
His steady harmony came in and helped me find my place.
Then every bench began to sing,
the chapel filled with song.
No voice stood higher than the truth that carried us along. Afterward, beneath the porch, I told her I was wrong. I let my pride lay claim to what was never mine at all.
She did not praise or shame me there.
She simply answered true.
There will be room next Sunday morn
for both our voices too. So verse by verse and week by week, we learn to trade the lead, to leave enough of open space for every voice to breathe.
The song was never mine alone. Grace made harmony where pride had grown. One voice may lead, but all belong. The song was never mine alone. The song was never ours to own, nor any gift the Lord had sown. It grew more full when it was shared. The song was never mine alone. He shaped a cradle out of pine and smoothed the rails by hand. I stitched a little patchwork quilt from scraps our kin had saved. We set it near the window light and spoke of years ahead. But 2 years turned to 5 and more, and still it held no child. I prayed through hope and disappointment and smiled when babies came, then sometimes took the longer road so no one saw my pain. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. God still found a place for all the love I brought. The ache remained, the years moved on. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. I kept that little bedroom closed, the quilt still folded there. Some days I could look inside, and some days could not bear. An older midwife from the ridge asked me to lend a hand, to warm the clothes, to carry water, and cook for tired families. First I left those houses sore and cried when I got home. My husband never called it wrong or tried to make it go. He sat beside me in the dark and let both truths remain. I could rejoice for someone else and still confess my pain. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. God still found a place for all the love I brought. The ache remained, the years moved on. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. In time I learned the quieter work that follows birth and rest. To mind the older children well, bring broth and make the beds. I taught young mothers what I knew and stayed through sleepless nights, not as the answer to my loss, but as a steady light. One winter, a young woman came with no close kin nearby. I stayed until she found her strength and fear had eased at last. She said, when all the others left, you did not leave me too. And I could see my presence there had been a mercy too. I never called those children mine nor claim my grief was healed. Some prayers remain within the heart and never end as hoped. But sorrow need not close the hands that still have love to give. And God can keep a heart from hardening while teaching it to live. So I opened up that little room and faced what still was true. Then laid the folded towels there with blankets washed and new. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. God still found a place for all the love I brought. The ache remained, the years moved on. The cradle stayed empty, but grace did not. Now folded cloth lies in that bed for every home I help along. It holds the life I did not have and all the love